Hello, so I wanted to say good morning to you and let you in on something we're going to do today. Our bees did not survive the winter. We have the boxes with the bees, and each of these boxes goes for a hive. It's hard for me to angle this because you're pointed the wrong direction. So let me see if I can turn the camera around. Hang on a second. Okay, there we go. I got it turned around. So each of these bee boxes goes into each of the hives, one box per hive. And you can see there's a couple escape artists down here that have that are on the outsides of their boxes. So before we do a whole lot more work with them, or any work with them really, we are going to go and get on our bee suits. Let me zoom in here and see what you can see. They're pretty active inside these boxes. It's a little chilly out today. It's not ideal to have the bees out and about when it's cold, and so we're gonna work really as quickly as we can to get them put into their new homes. Okay, here's Selena, my beekeeper helper, bringing out each of those boxes of bees. Wave hi, Selena.
Hello.
So there's 3 pounds of bees in each of those boxes that we'll be putting in each of the hives. Okay, so you can see that our new suits that we have, that we got started last year, and we got them because Selena had a birthday, and so she got a suit, and the rest of us were like, why are we still wrestling with 4-part suits or all of these things, duct tape shoes to keep them on? So Selena got a suit like this where it's an all-in-one, where everything zips together and it's super handy. And so the hood comes over and then it zips around. And what I learned the very first time I wore mine, because I got one too, and now Grandma has one, all 3 of us have the same ones, that it's really important that you get the zipper tight across, because I did not have the zipper tight across the first time I wore this suit, and bees got in. And some of you in class got to hear the stories that they're going to sting you, but honeybees only have one good sting in them. And so you have to, you just get, once they're in your suit, you just have to decide when and where you want to be stung. And you just got to make it happen, because I got stung under my eye, and that was really quite painful. So as soon as it landed up here on my forehead, I just went like this and chose to be stung on my forehead. That's how I dealt with it. The stories of getting them stuck in my hair and me ripping hair clips out and running through the woods, taking off clothes, and all of those good things. And so if you make sure that your zippers are tight across here, and that your Velcro is nice. See, I got my zipper nice and tight. I can't actually see you now because my hood. I got my zipper nice and tight. My Velcro is going to cover over it, and now I am bee proof inside. That doesn't mean our hands don't get stung, because they still sting us through our gloves, but at least they won't get in and sting my face. Okay, we're on our walk out to the beehives. Okay, so we've switched recording to the camera, and so we'll see how this works out. It said it had a full battery until I pushed record, and now it says low battery. So I cleaned the base, or the bottom of this beehive. This is beehive number 3, and I took out the broken frame that was falling apart inside there and replaced it with a different frame that had wax already built in it. And now I'm ready to reassemble the beehive. So I'm going to put the brood box, or the bottom box, on, and then I have the food box right here, and then on top of that we're going to put this empty one where we're going to put the new bee box on top. We'll release the queen into the food box for them to eat her out of her little box, and I'll record that in just a minute.
Now I am.
Is it on?
Yes.
Okay, we're going to take the can out The can is their food in the box, and it also plugs this hole so they don't get out. And then we're going to take the queen out of her queen box. You can come closer and look at what we're doing. So this is the little queen cage tag. We're going to pull her out.
Whoa.
And then we're going to put the can back in so they're not getting out while we're not quite ready for them. And then the queen cage goes... Oh.
Uh-oh.
That's okay. I can get her out. The queen cage... Okay.
Bees.
We tried to do it without the gloves so that we could make sure the marshmallow got in place, but that wasn't going to work. So here is the queen cage back on top. Put the food box back on top. Okay, so they have to get used to her smell. We don't want them to attack her. So we have to take this little cork out of the bottom and then replace it with a marshmallow. And then when they eat her out of there, they've gotten used to her scent. They'll have gotten used to her scent, and then they won't eat her or attack her. Can you see her? I don't know if you can see through your thing, but...
Not really.
She has a blue dot. This year, the dot is blue.
You can't get that closer, you'll be out of focus.
Every year, they change the color of the dot so they can keep track of how old they are.
Wait, bees landing on me.
It's okay. We probably need another marshmallow because that one just kind of fell in the hole. Okay, so we got her in there. She's plugged with a marshmallow. They're gonna chew that marshmallow up and release her into the hive. So we just put her right there. We took the center frame out so she has a place to be. And what we're going to do is we're going to put an empty body box on the hive, and then we're going to put the bee box with all of the workers in here so they can go down into the hive. This isn't really on. Okay. So here is this. So we're going to pop that can out, and then we're going to turn it upside down and set them so they fall into the hive.
And we want to do this as gentle as possible so we don't disturb them that much. So they'll just go right to work and go right down into the hive.
Okay. Now I'm going to take this and I'm going to turn it over. And just set it just like that. You can peer in if you want, Selena, and you can see that they are just kind of falling out. You can actually see it. They just are falling right out of that hole, and they're going down into the hive to get started. Put on this thin lid. This is the food can. Oh, yep, and the food can's down in there to give them food that's fresh and ready for them. We put the cap on here.
Those dead bees we should have looked at.
A few more corpses that we haven't dealt with. And if we don't, they have to, and so if we can do as much of the work for them as possible, then they get a better start to the season. Okay, and then we put the lid on and the bricks on top to keep pests out of there. And hive number 1 is ready to go. Okay. We'll catch up with you at hive number 2.
There we go.
Are you on? Okay, because the red light's not blinking.
Oh, it says
Okay,
it's recording.
awesome. Okay, so here we are at hive number 2. We need to take out the center frame so that we have somewhere to put the queen in her little box. So I'm going to tip this over. And we have to hammer it out. In the warmth of the summer, you can pick it out from the front when it's nice and warm, but it's not warm right now. And this was a good one to pick because the wood is cracked, so we'll be able to repair this while it's out. hive number 1. Only this time we're not going to get stung on our hands. Do you have some marshmallows ready? Okay, so some of the tools that we use a screwdriver, just a regular flathead screwdriver, and a nail to help get the plug out of the queen cage. That's what they call it, the queen cage. So I'm going to pull the food can out. This is full of a sugar water mixture that they eat when they're in transport. Okay. Here's the queen box. You see she's in there. She's got a blue dot on her body, on her abdomen. And get the marshmallow ready to get hooked in there.
I'm casting a shadow.
That's okay. Pop the cork out of there. Oh, 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 where'd she go?
She flew out.
I think she's on your hand.
She flew this way. Uh-oh.
Yeah, we lost the queen. Okay, go ahead and shut off the video so you can help us find her.
Okay, it's on.
Okay, well, we've looked around for our runaway queen. She just was like stuck to the end of the cork. I hope it's in the video. She was kind of like in the cork. As soon as she popped that cork out of there, the queen came out. And Judy thought she saw her go off to the side a little bit. And so we've combed through the pine needles and we've looked on the ground and we couldn't find her. So that is a $40 mistake or accident. When the queen is gone, now we have to go get a new queen and re-queen the hive. So we're gonna hopefully in this quarantine that we'll still be able to get another queen. So we'll do exactly what we did in the first hive, but this time there's just no queen in there. And you gotta get a queen quickly because they need to have eggs getting laid. So here's the food can. I'm gonna set that right in there. And I'm gonna take the bee box and you can see all the bees. And here they are ready to come out. And they're just gonna fall right down into the hive. Brush off the pine needles off this lid. And we'll place it right on there. You can see it's warming up. The bees are getting pretty active. The ones that had come out when we took the queen box out, they were already getting pretty active with us working around them. Okay, so we're gonna move on to hive number 3. Okay, so here we are on hive number 3. Judy's over there calling to Tate's Honey Farm here in Spokane Valley to see if they have a queen that we can go pick up. We're going to, again, chip this box and knock out one of the center frames for the queen for this hive. And they're not usually so hard to get out. In the summertime, they're really easy. Let me find my tool I left over here at hive number 2. In the summertime, you can get them to come out fairly easily. Right now, they have their winter seals still on them. So I've broken that waxy chrysalis from the top. 3, 4, 5. That's coming out easier. There we go. Got that pulled right out of there. Okay, so that's an empty food frame. Put this food box back on top.
Here's the nail. Trying to find the email. Didn't have a phone number.
Okay, and here we go. Got some marshmallows in my pocket.
That's a weird thing to say.
It's kind of like when you're at the campfire and you've got your s'more making stuff right there with you. I don't usually carry it in my pocket, although that might be a way to warm up my chocolate so that it melts a little easier. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and try this again.
I'm gonna try to get it without so many fingers in the way this time.
Oh my, there we go. Oh, Okay.
Sliding in.
They're eager to come out. Get back in there, guys. Ladies. Okay. She is really in there. For real, real. Okay. Okay, that cork is ready to come out. And I've got some marshmallows ready to go in. Get away, little girl. Okay. Let's see if I can do this without her escaping. I know, Selena, sorry, my hands are in the way. Okay. Success. We got a marshmallow in there. Okay. There she is. They're sniffing her. Let's see if I can brush them away. And you can see she's about, maybe not twice as long as they are, but she's significantly larger than they are. They're smelling her. Okay, so we're ready. We hang that right over this one right here.
Hi there.
Oh, I dropped her in. That's okay. We'll get her out when we get, she's in there, so she's just fine. Okay. I'm going to put this box on top, and we're going to do exactly the same thing we've been doing in all the other hives, which is take out the food box or food can, put it in there, and then dumping them in, or not dumping them in, but setting the box in upside down. My hands, there we go. Okay, here's the food can. It's right down there in the corner. And we're going to flip this and set the bees in.
There go all the bees.
And down they go. You want to see them? There they are. Okay, we're going to set that right back in there. Put the cap lid on. Make sure it's squared up.
And how much?
And there's the lid, and we put the bricks on.
And you know what?
And we're all set. I hope you enjoyed that. It sounds like Judy's found a new queen. We just have to go back into town now and get it. So I hope you enjoyed the video. I'll see you next time.